Hey Virgo, it's your turn. Okay, I'm just doing the routine here, shuffling. It's already pre-shuffled, but I want to keep it rolling till the very last second. Welcome, hi. This is Tarot Lumination with your July 2017 general report for you, Virgo. Yay. Okay, so it's Cancerian energy time, and the month starts off with this big cardinal T-square thing. So you're probably going to feel it in the areas of like creativity, love and romance, and also you're like on the personal side, and on the impersonal side, more to do with like community and friendships and the non-self. Okay. Also, that's going to be having to be balanced out with like how much are you valued? How much do you value others in the context of these important relationships, especially when it comes to your self-worth and the self-worth of others. Sometimes you Virgos, you can really doubt yourself, okay? Tending to be very shy and reserved and not necessarily seeking a lot of limelight, okay? But anyway, let's keep going. Venus is going into your 10th house, so that's going to be nice for, public appearances, career, feeling more harmonious with your place in this world, like your mission, like who you are and what you're here to do in a very visible way. Mercury's going into Leo, triggering some healing stuff, okay? Healing communications from the great beyond. You got the full moon around the 9th. That's going to really like the romance creativity stuff, and it's probably going to show you what's not working. In other words, where's all the fun? Where's all the happiness? Where's all the love? And what about creativity and self-expression and excitement and fun and business and just being happy? You might come to an awareness of what's not working, but that's very helpful. And then right at the end of the month, you've got all these planets piling up in Leo in your 12th house, which is going to trigger a lot of like check out, chillax time where Virgo gets to just disconnect, and you can tune into spirit, tune into the great beyond, and maybe get some amazingly creative and inspiring ideas and feelings about what's not working and what needs to heal, okay? So you can like improve as you come out, as you come into August, so to speak, okay? In other words, it's about seeking peace, going within, and allowing yourself to dream and rest and chill, disconnect from the world as much as you can. This is right at the end of the month, and allow yourself to just decompress, okay? But for now, we're starting off the month. Let's have a look. We're already pre-shuffled well enough, okay? So let's just go for it, all right? Don't forget, by the way, I'm supposed to say this, read for your sun and your moon and your rising. Also, we don't do any flyers and jumpers. I don't have any oracles. I'm not here to predict your future. This is just a tarot card impression. There's no reversals, nothing, okay? It's just stripped down bare bones. So we'll just make the best of it. If it doesn't make any sense, again, read for your sun and moon and rising, and then start to squish it all together. See what happens. See how you feel. Here's the general vibe. Okay, here's where you're coming from. You could have been bringing this energy with you for, days, weeks, months, maybe even years. We'll see what the cards indicate. The general vibe is this is your vibe, so to speak, okay? And moving forward, as the month starts to pick up momentum, you're constantly in the state of the ever-present now, okay? And that's a continuous energy. But with that, we build up and pick up momentum and start moving through the month, okay? And in so doing, we want to make sure we find out what is the best way to keep moving through the month. What's a healthy way to do that? And as you move through the month, you start to become aware of what you have attracted towards you in your environment. Or that's if, for example, you're really good at manifesting things in your world. Otherwise, it might feel that this energy is just coming into you from out there, like, oh, it's nothing to do with me. But it is. We do, to some degree, participate in our own evolution. We attract, through the laws of attraction, things come to us. whether we know it or not, whether we like it or not. And here, as you move forward, as you're actually in momentum through the month, you start to realize, oh my God, I'm constantly taking risks as I move into the great unknown. And in so doing, I hope for the best, and I have to prepare and allow for the worst, okay? Which is a good strategy. But where does that take us all? Okay, let's have a look. We'll find out. I try to do this from the heart. It's a very heart-based energy from where I work. I don't do a lot of, I don't do it exactly by the book, so to speak. It's not a technical reading, so to speak. Okay, so you can reinterpret everything however you want, given the cards you have. Show it to another reader and say, what do you think? Okay, but as your reader now, I read this as a heart energy type reading, but at the core, it is a journey, okay? And it moves through the heart energy towards the end of the month like this, okay? So that's how it moves, all right? Like this, okay? So in the background, there is a prevailing energy that I just think of as the weather, and you make the best of it. It's like, okay, it's out there, what do you do? If it's shitty weather, you just take care of it, you deal with it. If it's really beautiful weather, you take advantage. Either way, you make the best of it, okay? And in your world, dear Virgo, you have the Chariot, which is an indication to me, as your reader, it feels to me like the environment around you, like the weather, is very conducive to you taking charge and like maybe putting some extra effort into getting your life together, making sure all these disparate energies that are going on around us. We've had some extremely challenging aspects in the planets recently. About time we get all that stuff together, corral everything in a way that works. So all the energies that are pulling you over here get balanced out with the energies that are pulling over here, and you get to be the owner of your vehicle. And your body is your vehicle, and that's very, very clear awareness for Virgos. Virgos are very, very conscious of the body. Most Virgos that I've known, anyway. And their body is a very accurate antenna of the indication of their well-being. So it's very, very important to pay attention to your body, read the signals accordingly, and make adjustments and with behavior and attitudes accordingly. So what is the general vibe? Okay, abundance, wealth, splendor, of having it all, but this is nothing flashy at all. It's just like let's just say this is an energy for the reading where Virgo, you have a chance to like become aware of all the good that you have in your life. This is everything on the larger scale, like just taking time out for a moment to observe your environment and understand that whether you know it or like it or not, everything is there for you for your ultimate benefit, okay? Especially if you have strong family connections, if you are in a state of being well supported, you take care of yourself properly, you take care of others, others take care of you. You're in a very, very supportive environment right now, and it's not going away. And if it's not really, really feeling like this, and this is more like the energy that this is what I really want, this is what I wish for, then that's good news too. Either way, because, with the laws of attraction, if you radiate the energy of abundance, then guess what comes to you? So it's kind of a living as if card. So if things are not feeling as abundant and as though you've got just exactly everything that you need, nothing more, nothing less, but everything is just so, and it's balanced and stable, that's good. But please understand, Virgo, if this is what's happening right now, it might just be that you're coming to a realization that you have built some stability into your life, and you deserve the benefits that come with it. And if it doesn't feel that way, then it's a really, really good time to focus on what really, really works in your life and start like cleaning out whatever is not working at all. So you're left with things of real long-term true value. Nothing trivial is allowed here for you, Virgo, in July. This is all about really, really like a heavy-duty reality check, getting life in order, bringing all your talents and resources and gifts into alignment for your best possible highest good for you, Virgo. Loving you first, because that's the best way that you can be of service and value and appreciated by others, okay? Which is kind of like a primary drive for Virgos. Again, I should remember to tell you, read for your sun, moon, and rising, okay? I hope this makes sense. Let's get started. Where did you come from? Okay, perhaps in some ways you've been a little bit innocent about like matters of resources and the matters of your own talents and gifts, and been puzzling maybe for a long time, like, what have I really got going on? I mean, what does anybody see in me? What do I see in anybody else? I really want to understand this energy of value. And that's really important because that aligns very strongly with this Jupiter and Libra thing that's happening, part of this really nasty T-square that's going on. It is really ugly, but it's a tremendous opportunity to come to terms with issues of self-worth. Like if there's doubts about self-worth and stuff, this is a really good time to like go within and do a lot of self-examination and really discover how really valuable you are. Sometimes Virgos, you can be very self-demeaning and can be experts at self-undoing in very subtle ways, where you can often feel like left out or like unappreciated. It doesn't have to be that way. So coming into July, if you've been coming in feeling a little bit less than, feeling unvalued, undervalued, or underappreciated, or if you have been a little lacking in conscientiousness about taking care of yourself and appreciating others in their self-worth. In other words, coming into balance, like what is it that really, really counts? Locking it down, a reality check in my world, coming into July, having an honest and open degree of innocence in a very humble way, which is allowing you to discover what really counts, what really, 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 really counts. So you might be actually coming into the month with that energy, Virgo, like what actually do I really value in my life? Why am I here? What am I doing here? How can I best use my talents, my gifts, and resources so that I don't squander what I have? Because ultimately, I know I have a lot to offer. It's just that maybe I just don't understand exactly what it all is in exact terms, and we need greater understanding. So let's just keep going. Let's have a look. What about the present, the ever-present now? Okay, so moving forward, as you start to like, let's take a look in the mirror. Let's go admit it, like, okay, I'm a little bit shy in general about these issues, and sometimes I'm not that big on self-esteem or self-worth, and I can be sometimes an expert at my own self-undoing and kind of it's very easy for me to put myself down type of energy. But this energy here of the Knight of Swords is almost like the other side of you, which is maybe something that you don't really tap into a lot, but it's another energy where it's like, you know what, it's about freaking time I sorted the truth out, the reality checks about all these things, especially coming in right now. We've got this big Sun-Saturn opposition going on, and that's very much to do with coming to terms and understandings in very clear, intelligible day-to-day words about what is really, really going on. What is the real truth about my reality? And maybe, Virgo, it's about time. Maybe you're thinking like, you know, let's seize the moment. Let's grab into this July energy, the Cancerian energy. It's generally typically very supportive for Virgo energy. They're sextiles in terms of astrology. And this could like maybe like light a fire under you to the point where you think, you know what? I am going to do this. I'm going to take advantage of this month, and I am going to seriously look into the truth, not just subjective truth, not just my truth, not just someone else's truth, but the absolute truths of what I need to know to get my act together so I can tap in to my full abundance. And I'm not just running on 2 or 3 cylinders or a couple of these. I am able to access and operate at optimal levels of my own identity, okay? And that could be a little bit unnerving because as you, let's say, grab the momentum and decide, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And let's say you start working on yourself very hard, thinking, I'm going to sort this stuff out. I got to do it. I got to do some serious upgrades. I want to be the best that I can. I want to maximize my resources. What do I have to do? Well, sometimes Virgos are not very self-expressive. They can be almost repressive of themselves in that way. And yet we have this massive, like this full moon coming up fairly early in the month, around the 9th, which is going to really emphasize the areas of your like creativity and fun and abundance, which could include a bit of romance. And how does that play out relative to the community, the world at large? Like, my gosh, maybe I should be focusing on things that make me feel really, really happy that other people appreciate too in the broader picture. Okay, so that's good news. And that could like trigger, in other words, like once you get things in motion, once you set up like the momentum and you make the decision that I am going to figure out this stuff that's been puzzling me for so long, we're going to do it in a very methodical way, which would be a typical Virgo way to do it. It's just that, like, let's just say you get excited about it and you actually start to feel that this could happen for you. Just don't get too carried away with the excitement and like trip over yourself or make too many assumptions too quickly or think you've figured out the answers to life and the universe and how it all works all at once, because it's actually a continuous process. All I'm feeling with this energy is more, it's about time we figured this stuff out. It's really, really important stuff to find out the truth of what works in my life, as opposed to what I've been assuming or just doing on autopilot or doing out of years and years of like subconscious programming, attitudes from childhood and youth and adolescence that were programmed in from youth that are basically now becoming redundant and obsolete as you discover deep inside, like, whoa, wait a minute, I have all of this, and this has nothing to do with like pre-programmed. This is like stuff that I've created in my life, and it's about time I looked in the mirror and figured out that I am all this, and I do have all this to offer. It's just that I'm not sure what to do about it or how to do it, because it might be, dear Virgo, in your more typical manner of like staying a little back in the crowd, behind the scenes, so to speak, not wanting to be front center stage. You might not have much of awareness at that, but that might actually be a fuel to like make you feel like, damn it, I need to figure this out. Even though I'm a shy Virgo type, it's okay. I'm going to do it some way, somehow. So let's move forward. Once you get the momentum up, you see, once you start to glimpse of the truth that it's inside you, that it's almost like tapping into your heart, spirit, your inspirational type of energies, and realizing that it isn't just about waiting for permission from others or allowing for circumstances to be appropriate, or like doing things by the book because this is how things are done. No, Virgo. It's about time you really, really expressed yourself. Allow your passions to be expressed. Allow your spiritual aspirations, your desires, your goals, your quest for higher consciousness and awareness to expand, and express that passionately in ways that might be, from other people's perspective, like very unusual. Like, Everyone who knows you might say, what's going on with that Virgo? What? I've never seen him like this before. What the hell are they doing? This is actually pretty cool. It's like, whoa. Okay, Virgo. Yeah, freaking go for it. Yeah, go for it. I'm not going to get in your way. It doesn't make any sense because we're used to you being a certain way, and we just thought that that was you. But it seems like here in July, Virgo, you're getting kind of a shakeup, kind of some kind of a shakeup. Not necessarily externally, but it's more of an internal thing where you're realizing, you know what? Damn it, I want to kind of be in charge of my own life. I don't want to live on decades of autopilot and just doing things according to, like, you know, expectations or living by appearances or just old worn out habits. No, no, I want to freaking tap into my truth, and I want to start really being me and expressing myself passionately, especially with that fifth house energy, the big Pluto energy in there, causing huge tectonic shifts that are happening in that part of your house: love, relationships, romance, creativity, self-expression, fun, and happiness, which is your right by birth, by the way, Virgo. There's no need to deny that stuff, okay? You deserve it, just like anyone else, okay? All right? And you are in the right environment. There are people and circumstances in your world right now who are extremely beneficial and supportive of you and for you. And even though you might have been a bit naive about that coming into the month, as the month progresses, there's a very good chance that you're going to become more and more aware of the bounty and the circumstance in July that's actually working in your favor, especially since you've made a decision to take charge and go for it, as opposed to just like going with the flow, okay? All right, let's see. So there's a lot of pent-up energy here seeking expression, dear Virgo. So what's a safe way to do that so you don't like implode or explode like a firecracker that blew off too quickly, all right? We need stability here. We need long-term stability, okay? And we need to come to greater awareness of your own gifts in a gentle, incremental manner. Yes, of course, fueled by passion and taking advantage of the circumstances to get your life together to a whole new major serious upgrade. So how to do that without crashing, so to speak? Okay, probably the healthiest way to move forward is allow whatever was, like, let's say, like a deeply painful revelation of what's not working. Allow all that stuff to come to the surface. In other words, it might be shocking, it might be scary when you make the decisions to move forward passionately and like take charge and make the decision to express yourself openly, just for your own fun and satisfaction, and how that translates into great value for others. Surprise, surprise. It isn't just an act of selfishness. No, Virgo, you're doing the world a favor by tapping into your own talents and making a decision to express them vividly, okay? However, in so doing, as you head forward into the month, you could be like, especially maybe around the full moon, or maybe right at the end of the month, the new moon, where it could become very, very apparent how you might have been carrying very, 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 very deep down a lot of self-inflicted wounds, a lot of wounds that have been inflicted on you by others, because you tend to be so accepting of how things are and so unwilling to challenge, like, let's just say, circumstances, because the typical energy of Virgo is so humble. It's almost like, hi, I'm just here to, like, clean up the mess and make sure everything's working, everything's good for everybody. You doing okay? You doing okay? It's like being a really good nurse or being a really good waitress or a very good administrator or something. where you're so good at taking care of other people so that their lives work efficiently and properly, but you might have been completely neglecting yourself in very, 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 very subtle ways, betraying yourself over and over and over and over and over again, and coming to this shocking realization as you are determined to figure out what are the obstacles, you might discover that you have been in many ways the cause of your own self-undoing, because of your natural tendency to be very humble and accepting of the circumstances, uh, as opposed to being a very forward, assertive, demonstrative type. And in so doing, uh, this is really, really, don't be scared of this card, okay, dear Virgo. It's really, really, really important about, you got to reveal it to heal it. So it's an amazing opportunity through July to tap into discovering what's not working in your life. How have you been the cause of your own self-undoing for all this time? Even though you might have been convincing yourself that everything is just exactly the way it should be. It's how I've always wanted it. It's how I've always planned it. Everything seems to work and everything is just fine. And yet you're coming in puzzled, like there is something wrong and I know it, but I'm innocent and I'm naive. I don't really fully understand it, but I'm determined to figure out because I want my freaking life to work properly. Okay, fair enough. We all want that. And maybe there's just enough energy around you to spark it up. So you decide, screw it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Screw it. Screw everybody else. I'm going to express me now. Me. Okay? Okay? I'm going to express what I like, what I value. Your people are going to see how awesome, how valuable I am, and you're going to be appreciative, and I'm going to appreciate you for appreciating me. Isn't that just wonderful? Yes. Cool. So in so doing, you move forward, and then it's almost like you trip up and you realize, oh, wow, now that I've made the decision to do this, I'm seeing how I cause my own dilemmas. What does that attract? How does that get you? It might lead you as you go further into the month that you've attracted this this is very appropriate towards the end of the month with all that Leo energy, where it's time to check out, chill out, tune in with your deepest, quietest self. Only affiliate yourself with the deepest people who you trust most deeply to confide whatever needs to be confided as you go through the beginnings of that Leo energy, which is all about going within and healing for yourself anyway. Okay, it's your 12th house energy. It's very, very appropriate for you to chill out, check out, and take care of yourself and disconnect from everybody and everything else, and only allow those who relate to you at the deepest, most authentic part of your soul to share with you, okay, and for you to share with them. So the scary stuff and the hope, and you probably saw the card. I didn't want you to see it. The fear is the hope is that as you move through July, you come to discover your absolutely wonderful awesomeness. Okay, this is one of the most luscious, beautiful cards in the deck. It's beauty, it's love, it's fertility, it's the ultimate in femininity and creativity and abundance. It's almost like, so let's say typical shy Virgo decides, you know what, screw it, I'm going to bust out, and in so doing, I'm going to discover my impediments. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to figure it out in August, and we're going to get through August okay. And I'm hoping that as this journey unfolds over the next month or two, I am going to actually tap in and tune in to my utmost, most awesome, gorgeous, yummy self, okay? The one that I know exists, the one that is perhaps buried deeply under a lot of issues, okay? So this is beautiful. And of course, it's scary if you don't get this, but the energy is so supportive that it's almost inevitable that you're going to get your wish, okay? So, where does that lead you? Who knows? Let's have a look. Oh my God, Virgo. This is awesome. You get the chance. It's almost like as you move through July and you make decisions, very, very scary, bold, almost absurdly out of character for Virgo, decisions to sort this stuff out and tap into your passions and your creativity in ways that you've never done before, going through this figuring out process, knowing deep down that you are going to reveal this most delicious and creative fifth house type energy that is lurking, buried inside there, that needs to come out. It needs to be expressed. It needs to be shared. All this beautiful abundance of the Empress, it needs to be shared and enjoyed and appreciated. It's almost like everyone would want to be you now, even though they probably wouldn't want to go through some of the hell that you've had to endure to become your true, higher, better self. And what that leads you to do is like, it's like, wow, oh my God. And you're going to start to feel it, especially towards the end of the month, like, oh my God, I can see that I'm getting a chance to completely reboot, reformat my whole freaking life in a way that I want, that works for me. So I don't have to be the Virgo servant girl for everybody else, the Virgo servant guy, like the humble waiter, like, oh, it's okay, how can I help you? Oh, yeah, it's okay. So, oh, certainly, how can I do that? And you end up with no life of your own. No, no, no. It's time, Virgo, for you to like step up, major upgrade, major reboot, and it's going to be fun. And it's going to take you into new places that you might never have enjoyed before. And that might be a little bit scary, but damn, it feels good to have a complete reboot. It's just like literally a complete refurbishment. Like you take your body, your life into this like refurbishment cafe.com or something, and they just do a complete makeover. They understand that you willingly went into that process, and you understand that it's going to be shaky as you get through it, but you're going to come out the other side like a brand new person, and you get to start your life all over again. Yeah. Awesome, Virgo. Woo! So make the most of it. Don't forget, read your sun, moon, and rising. You can reinterpret this however you want. I'm just doing what I can for you. Please make the best of it. I hope I didn't freak you or touch any nerves or hurt your feelings or anything. Just please make the most of it. We do what we can here at Little Tarot Illumination. Bye-bye. Thank you. Have an awesome, awesome July, and get ready for Leo, okay? A lot of healing is going to happen for you in Leo time. All right. Bye, Virgo. Bye-bye.